Success throughout their entire career. It's not just something that shows up when they get to college. So those guys have been successful at the high school level, and they have the tools to be successful at the college level.
When evaluating needs and looking at the quarterback room that you guys walked into, how important was it to go out and get two guys in the early period that maybe help satisfy some of those needs?
Oh, we think it's essential. I mean, you want competition throughout your not just at the quarterback room, throughout your entire program, and at that room. We felt like we needed to add two guys to create that competition to the guys we have on the roster, which we really like the guys we have on our roster. But competition helps breed success, and that's what we're trying to create.
Specifically at the quarterback position, most quarterbacks are off the board early in the recruiting cycle. How difficult is it to go and get not one but two guys in 10 days?
I would say for difficult, but at the same time, this is an offense that is predicated around the quarterback, and it's an offense that you want to play quarterback in. This is an institution that people want to be a part of, and I think the combination of those two things, and myself and Coach Norvell, hopefully being genuine people that want to play for, guys that people can trust in the process, even if it's a 1 week relationship. Our former players and the people who know us can, tell them about who we are in a short period of time. So I think it's difficult, but at the same time, I think we have the tools here at this university with this system, with this coaching staff, to get stuff like that done.
The three receivers, do they fit the playmaker idea that you guys preach?
There's no question. They're all different style of players, and I think that's the key. Is you want to create different style of players that create matchups in different ways, put them on the field, and utilize them all differently, and put them in different spots in the field to be utilized differently to put pressure on the defense. I think those guys are all playmakers that can do that.
How does Lawrence fit into this offense?
Oh, he's perfect fit. He's a guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Who's a guy who can create explosive runs in the running game. He's like a hybrid of guys we've had in the past of Tony Pollard and Darrell Henderson. His potential is out the roof. He's only going to get bigger from what he is now, and I'm extremely excited about him.
You've been familiar with him for some time, right? He was a guy that, from your previous institution, they were hot and heavy with him.
Oh, there's no question. He was one of our top guys. That was a guy from one of the first days I was at Auburn, that it was a guy that I felt was a difference maker. And he was one of the first guys I hit up when I got this job was, man, I get to coach you. And this offense that I've been talking to you about, it's coming here to the place that you want to be. And he was fired up, and I'm extremely excited.
Coach, apologies if you've already been asked, but what do your two quarterbacks now bring to the table?
I think they just bring the winning mentality. They bring the leadership. They bring the winning mentality. They bring the intangibles that we talk about. Every quarterback we're going to recruit is going to have the physical tools. It's the intangibles. It's the special something like we talked about the other day that separates guys. And I think both of these kids have those special something.
How difficult is it to get two kids at the quarterback position to commit in the same class in this day and age?
Just opportunity. All people want is to be treated fairly and have opportunity. And I think that's exactly what we have here. We have an opportunity to win a job at one of the best institutions in college football, one of the best brands in the United States, and one of the offenses that is arguably top 5 to play quarterback in the entire country. So I think opportunity.
You mentioned this is a pro-style offense that goes fast. How does Chubba kind of fit maybe the mold of what people think is a pro-style quarterback, or do you guys have a different definition of what a pro-style quarterback is?
No, he's a guy who's multiple. He's a guy who can make throws from the pocket, can throw the ball downfield, throws the ball from different platforms. He can extend plays when things break down. He's not a 7-on-7 quarterback. And I think that's what, in this process, so many people get carried away with 7-on-7 quarterbacks. I want 11-on-11 quarterbacks. I want guys that when you put the tape on, you say, man, he makes plays. And when you put his tape on, that's what you see. You see a guy making plays. When you ask people in the state that he lives in and he competes first, tell me about him, they say he makes plays. And at the end of the day, that's the kind of guy you want back there. That's the kind of guy you want with the ball in his hands at the end of the game, and that's the kind of guy you want to be your quarterback.
How were you guys able to execute your plan to nab two quarterbacks in such a short period of time? As Coach Norvell said, a lot of times quarterbacks are guys who've ended their recruitment early on in the process.
Just be who we are. There's no secret potion to making it happen. It's just be who you are. I'm going to be who I am every day that I wake up. Coach is going to be who he is every day. And the opportunity here is, in my opinion, the best in the country. You get to play at Florida State, 1. You get to play in one of the top offenses in college football, 2. And we have an open competition, right? We have guys here who have proven they can get it done. But at the end of the day, we want to compete. So I think the competition and the situation, the brand, the university, I think it all kind of melted into the perfect situation.
How important were guys like Ron and Odell for you to be familiar with what was happening here at Florida State and with this current class?
Oh, critical. When I got the job here, I was driving up, and Odell calls me. He goes, when you get here, call me so I'll let you into the building. I'll show you around. And he took me to eat the first night I was here. He would call me about every 3 hours the first day I was here. Is everything okay? You need this kid's number. You need that kid's number. So he was essential. It is proud, and it is an honor to work with him, but he is proud to be a Seminole. And you can see it every day that you look into his eyes. He is proud to be here.
How do you assess Tate? Does he fit the same mold, playmaker, 11-11 on quarterback when you turn on the film?
No question. Tate has an elite arm. He has a extreme accuracy. He's the son of a coach, so he's going to come here with the middle makeup to be able to learn the offense, pick it up, and be an impact player early because he's the son of a coach. And he's just they're completely different personalities. One is laid back, and one is more outgoing, which is good because you want different personalities in your quarterback room. And Tate's a guy who, like I said, he's the son of a coach. He's got a strong arm. He's accurate. He's sound fundamentally. And he's a guy who needs to put on a little bit of weight, but that comes with college. It comes with 99% of players. But I'm excited to get him here early.
Do you mold it after each individual player, or do you have a specific philosophy you like to follow in developing a quarterback?
Our philosophy is create one-on-ones. And that's going to tailor around who our quarterback is. If our quarterback's a guy who can make a safety miss, we're going to create a one-on-one in the running game with our quarterback versus that safety. If our quarterback's a guy who can locate the ball in the back shoulder versus a one-on-one corner, then we're going to 7-man pro and isolate somebody and find the best one-on-one for him. So we're completely going to adapt our position and our offensive style around that position, because that is the most important position on an offense.
In terms of next order of business for you guys, where is it in terms of sitting down with the guys that you have on this roster at the quarterback room and re-recruiting them or talking to them and seeing where their heads at?
Oh, I've already met with every quarterback in our roster. We've already been to dinner as a group. I'm already starting to build that relationship. That's the most important part, is honesty and relationship. At the end of the day, if you don't have the respect of your players, if they don't trust you, if they don't trust that you're going to be honest with them, then you can have all the X's and the O's you want. It doesn't matter. So to me, I'm in the stage, and I told them I haven't watched their film yet. I don't want to watch their film yet. I want to see it firsthand. I'll go back and watch it here in the next month or so, but right now I want to create my own assumptions based off of practice of the type of player you are, the type of leader you are, how you practice, how you run around the practice field. I don't want to have anybody else tell me what this guy is. I want to make my own judgment, and I want to build my own relationship, and it's a fresh start.
Is that even more important when these are kids that have gone on third different head coach since they've been at this university?
There's no question. The trust level for them, why should they trust me right now? This is their third coach, some guys' fourth offenses in 4 years here. The trust factor shouldn't be there right now. But they're going to give me the opportunity to earn it. And I think that's what it boils down to, is me doing everything I can to earn their trust, me doing everything I can to be as honest as I possibly can with them. And through that, a relationship's going to be built, and we can do something special.
Adding this group of wide receivers to that room, what kind of talent does that infuse that group with?
Oh, we're extremely talented at the wideout room. This is Florida State. You're always going to be extremely talented at those skill positions, and we have a ridiculously talented wideout group coming in and an extremely talented wideout group on our roster. So I'm extremely excited to get to run this offense with those guys.
How long have you known Chubba Purdy? I don't even know the Purdy family. How long have you known about Chubba and what kind of player he is?
I mean, I remember Chubba way back when he was a freshman because of his brother, obviously those things, and me having connections there. So his freshman teams were whooping up on teams that his freshman team shouldn't have beaten. And I've kind of kept track of them ever since. But for me, I've been in areas and regions of the country and on coaching staffs that didn't want to recruit out west. So I just didn't go out there to recruit them because that wasn't our focus. So when I got here and I knew we needed a quarterback to come in and compete young, compete early, I said, you know what, I'm going to give him a call because I know one who can do that.
How excited were you when you had that conversation with Coach Norvell? I don't know if it's a green light, I don't know how to describe it, but to say, oh, go ahead, we can recruit out west and go after this guy?
I mean, when he called me and said, hey, I watched this Chubba Purdy guy, what do you think of him? I said, well, I was actually just about to call you about him. So we were on the same page, and he's got a bunch of coaches, has a bunch of connections, but actually out there via his time at Arizona State. So it was my connections, his connections, the relationships we built, and I'm fired up.
And to now have 4 guys moving forward in the quarterback room, I guess how important is it to have just bodies in there?
Yeah, not just bodies,
Good ones.
football players. You know, guys who were highly recruited, guys who are scholarship quarterbacks at Florida State. They didn't get here by accident. They got here because professional coaches recruited them, saw their talent, and they brought them here. So I'm excited to get to work with them, and I'm excited to build that relationship.
Are you doing anything to help out with bowl prep? Have you looked at Arizona State? I mean, it's kind of a weird question to ask you, right?
No, I'm standing on the sidelines of practice doing nothing. So that's about it. I'm wasting space and getting out of the way when the guys run between drills.
So the